Hello, welcome back to the vlog. So, I'm on the way to Melbourne in a car on the way to Sydney Airport. The podcast tour 3.0 this time around is a go, so heading over. It is AFL Grand Final week, which is fantastic, so we'll soak up the atmosphere. I'm going to be sitting down to do a solo episode for you guys. I'm going to be doing an episode with Dayna Finn of Carlton, and I'm going to be sitting down with Bláithín Bogue of North, who are absolutely crushing it in the AFLW. So, loads of content coming for you in the coming weeks. I thought it would be insightful to give you behind the scenes as well. So I'm going to give you a look at what I'll be getting up to in Melbourne over the coming days, and hopefully you guys will be able to enjoy seeing the journey of what goes on and what goes into creating these podcasts for you guys. Got sidetracked there, had tons of messages about our new Petey Performance premium package kind of platform for ACL rehab, for groin rehab, hamstring rehab, and athletes that just want to get faster. It's the off season, loads of athletes are finishing up, so they're keen to get going, and I got sidetracked a little bit, so I'm on my way to my gate now, trying to find my gate first of all. Hopefully I make this flight. Had a nice little banh mi, breakfast banh mi with a couple of fried eggs on it and a little bit of beef. Breakfast of champions. I need to get going here and find this gate pronto. Hello.
Hi again, everyone.
All right. I have arrived in my Airbnb. Went for an Airbnb this time. I don't know why. Sometimes I go Airbnb, sometimes I go hotel. I think I prefer like the Airbnb just for the silence. You know, in a hotel, you don't know what you're going to get in relation to noise at nighttime and whatnot. And this Airbnb is actually pretty decent. Last time I was in Melbourne, I went to Airbnb as well, and I was happy out. Bedroom, serious view there actually, of nothing at all. I've sent the messages out that I'm in Melbourne. Don't know what I'm going to do. I have a good bit of work to do, so I'll get on top of that. I might go for some lunch down at a cafe. There's one just down the road. Grateful that I could check in early here, because you can't always do that in Airbnbs. But 9 a.m. your mum was like, yeah, keys are there, fly away. So I'm in, I'm ready to go. Let's go lunch. I've texted poor old Conor Nash, who was defeated. His Hawthorn team was defeated in the preliminary final by Geelong at the weekend. So I watched that game and I was hoping and praying to God that they were going to win, because if they did, I was simply going to extend my stay probably and try to get a ticket for the game. Phenomenal news here. The place I'm staying has a gym, a sauna, a steam room and a pool, and it's all free to anybody staying in the apartment block. So I'm going to have my evening sorted, thank God. The absolute godsend. Can't wait for a sauna this evening and tomorrow evening. I'm going to fill $1 million going into those recordings tomorrow. Got a little bit of lunch / brunch there, and then got through a lot of work. But the life of an entrepreneur is the work is never over. I feel like I've a mountain of shit to get through. But at least now that we've been getting the team together and I've been delegating a little bit better, which was definitely necessary, I have the time to get through it. So I'm excited for everybody to join the new pathway, get a look at our comprehensive webinars and do-it-yourself content on nutrition, on performance and sports psychology, and on training and recovery as well. So it's all happening. However, I think something I need to get better at is I am a little bit stubborn, but I'm very, very agreeable, and sometimes I feel like I'm being a bit of a dick if I ask somebody that's working with me or working with Petey Performance to redo something or outline to them that something's not up to standard. Realistically, if we want to achieve what we want to achieve in the industry, whatever standards you walk by are the standards you accept. So I've got to get a little bit more comfortable in not being a dick, but being a little bit stricter in terms of the standards I hold everybody to, and making sure that I'm happy with what's being delivered, because if I'm not exactly happy with it, there's a likelihood that potential clients won't be happy with it. And it's like, I know I always talk about we want to be the best, but like the only way you can be the best is if what you're delivering is the best. If you don't think it's the best, it probably isn't the best. So I'm going to have a few conversations in the coming days, get all these new clients signed up, onboarded and ready to go, and hopefully delivering a product and service that we can be proud of. I am back from the gym. Gym not amazing. Had a few machines in it, and it only had dumbbells up to 15 kilos. Had a Smith machine though, but the Smith machine was one of the ones over here, which like they don't really have an eccentric. Like it's almost like an assisted eccentric, so you're mainly working on the concentric, which obviously isn't ideal. Nonetheless, med do. And then went down to the pool. The sauna is potentially the biggest sauna. No, second biggest sauna I've ever been in. It's absolutely massive. There's only 3 of us in there at the most, so there was plenty of room. Gonna make the dinner now and then maybe go for another little bit of a walk. I'm gonna do some video editing as well. One of my really good friends got married in Spain last month, and I brought this little camera around and did like a home movie style video. So I'm gonna get cracking on that for him and his girlfriend, his wife, which is mental to say. I actually used to live with them, so it's kind of like a wedding present that I don't know if they know about, so it'll be a nice one for them. Then like I'm probably gonna watch an episode of Yellowstone and go to bed. It's been a productive enough day, to be honest. I have my content scheduled until Thursday. I have a newsletter ready to go out in about an hour's time, and have been just chatting to multiple potential clients and multiple clients, and then staff as well, so keeping up to date on everything. Tomorrow morning I'm meeting former podcast guest Erica O'Shea. Always good to catch up with people that have been on the pod. I met Ailish O'Dowd last week, and it's interesting to see how far they've come or what's changed in a year. Some of those conversations will happen on the podcast, some of them will happen off the podcast, but looking forward to catching up with Erica tomorrow. And then obviously into the studio, solo episode. My editor has given me a good lot to record in regards to teaser trailers and stuff like that, as well as intros. And then into Dayna first, her conversation, and then following that conversation with Bláithín, which will be hopefully insightful as well. So all is a go. Great day so far in Melbourne. I'll catch you tomorrow. Good morning. I should have took you out on my walk this morning down by the river, but unfortunately forgot because I was trying to clear my head of everything on podcast day. Dara and Owen will say and can vouch that I get like this real nervous energy before presenting, but usually the second that the red light comes on, I'm calm, and that's because I've done my preparation, and I've done quite a bit of preparation for these episodes as well, so it'll be no different. However, many times the morning before recording is fucking chaotic, and today was no different. I cut my head, shaving my head. You can probably see it there, so I'm probably going to have to wear a cap for the duration of both episodes. We'll see what it looks like in the lighting when I get in there. Not the end of the world, but then what I did notice was after I finished shaving, I had a look, and I had shaving foam down the whole side of my legs, so I had to throw the tracksuit, my Lululemon tracksuit, into the washing machine and then into the dryer. And it's a good job that they're a good brand and they don't shrink or anything, because that's been what I've been doing over the last hour, and not panicking but just walking around in my jocks doing a bit of work, checking in with clients and stuff, which look, what they don't know can't hurt them, I suppose. But we're on the way, we're on the road. I'm going to meet former podcast guest Eric O'Shea this morning for a coffee. I text Connor Nash as well, another podcast guest, but his family's over, so he's kind of chock-a-blocked at the moment, so I might get to see him on this trip, but hopefully I'll be back again in a few months and can catch up then. So all go, get messages from the studio about setup and whatnot. I'll just leave that to my editor. I don't want to be thinking about that. I want to be thinking about delivering as much value in these 3 episodes as I possibly can. Good conversations, concise, clear information for the solo episode, and continue to provide value for all of our listeners, all of my followers, because this week we've been asking a bit more in terms of showing what we do and putting forward our offer for people to sign up. But in order to get people to sign up or to trust you, you've got to consistently provide value. So I'm actually excited to get into the studio and provide a ton of value in some long form content today, and then release it over the next few weeks. So exciting day. That's what the nerves are. Not nerves, it's excitement. It's positive energy if I use it that way. So let's get going. Erica, thumbs up or thumbs down for the long black? on the way to the studio. Erica's in good form. Hard to be in bad form when Norths are winning every single one of their matches by a landslide. Good catch up, good to hear that she's doing well. Chatting about Cork as well, which was fantastic. And they're having an Irish meetup at the end of this week before the grand final. So she's going to put in a good word for me and get me a few guests for further episodes this season. So that's all good. Getting a few messages from the studio around setup and whatnot. So hopefully Kyle has been taking care of that and everything's set up and ready to go for when I arrive. It's only a 10-minute walk from where we had coffee. I'm going to pick up something to eat because I have 3 hours of podcast, so I'm probably going to get hungry at some stage. Sometimes going into these episodes, I feel like it's good to not eat because you feel like you have more energy if you're not eating like a high carb meal or something. There's no energy spike. So typically I won't eat much. Like I've done 4 episodes in a day and I've not eaten very much before. And then as well as that, if you're talking all the time, I don't know if it's a breath control thing, sometimes you can get quite gassy, like you burp. You're all going to be watching now and trying to listen out to see if it's been edited out or whatever. And I think it's like me trying to talk too fast and then I forget to breathe or something. So I have to be conscious of what I'm getting, but hopefully I'll pass a shop here, run in, get something to eat, and then we'll sit down and we'll record episode 1, which is a solo episode, as well as all of these intros and teaser trailers that I have to record for Kyle as well. Excited now to get going, kind of more relaxed as well now, which is great. There's always a little bit of time pressure with these things, but Owen and Dara can also attest to this. I'm usually pretty good for getting stuff in one take, so hopefully I'm a one take wonder again today. Good to see you again.
And you too. Welcome back. Yeah, you're getting microphones.
Injury is a traumatic experience, so there's a legacy of trauma there. It's something that you've gone through that's taken away a huge part of your identity as well. I have the solo episode recorded now. I don't know why I was worried about being rusty. I wasn't really that rusty at all. It's amazing, like if you've repped something over 100 times, close to 150 times, you're going to get pretty good at it. You're going to get pretty good at that pathway that I would imagine it's your quick thinking side to your brain rather than the longer thinking one. You get comfortable with taking the pauses and searching for words and whatnot, and I jumped straight back in and it was fine. The only thing that I was a little bit rusty with, but not rusty because it's new, was the intro episodes and the teasers, and that's because that's not something that we've really ever had to do or ever focused on doing. But my editor Kyle is insistent that we do it, so that was probably the only bit that I felt a bit clunky on, but like it probably won't be noticeable anyway. Other than that, it was pretty easy, pretty open, pretty honest, and it was 40 minutes, so pretty tight as well. So hopefully people will be able to see what we're trying to do with the Athletes Advantage podcast, grow it to way above and be something way bigger than Petey Performance, hopefully. Now on to our guest episodes next. So we've Dayna Finn up first. I'll have to get prepped and whatnot, maybe go through my questions again, but I'm sure it'll be just a normal standard conversation as always. Give us a wave, Derek.
But yeah, no, North are going strong, like, and our system is only starting to flourish now, like, so.
But that's good.
Yeah, it's good. Like, we've made huge growth, which is great. But
yeah, good to go.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm good here. Just jumped in a little bit.
Are you moving?
Sorry.
that from the basketball, I'll dive on a loose ball. Yeah, things like that. I'm not afraid to put my body in the way, which has helped over here.
I would say last year, when I wasn't getting game time, they were very much like, look, we see you as a player in years to come.
Are you treated like adults more out here than at home, do you think?
I don't know if it's fully fair to say. I don't think I'm exactly treated as a child at home. Like
3 podcast episodes recorded with Dayna, recorded with Bláithín, and both went pretty well. Both were pretty nervous at the start. I think Bláithín more than Dayna. Dayna started off giving me like athlete speak at the start of the podcast, like a post-match presser kind of blasé answer, so I kind of pulled her up on that straight away, and then she seemed to relax after that, but still a little bit reserved. And then halfway through she got more comfortable and started giving me full answers, and she apologised for rambling as well, which I was like, don't be apologising for rambling, it's a podcast. Myself and Bláithín then sat down. Bláithín was very nervous, but she did really well. Got some great info on how she's thriving out now as a footballer, how she's scoring the goals. I think she's doing the Irish thing of playing down how well she's playing, and we went for food then afterwards, and same thing, like she was like, oh, I'm in my first year, I can't be that happy with what I'm doing. I was like, no, you're doing pretty well. I would be proud of what you're doing, and I would be certainly conscious that this isn't what happens for everyone. Like, not everybody scores the amount of goals that you're scoring in your first year. So successful trip to Melbourne, back to the apartment now, probably jump down to the gym, do a little bit of exercise, and then maybe into the swimming pool sauna to finish. Pissing rain here, so get me back to the sun of Sydney, but happy enough that everything has gone pretty well, and I hope you guys enjoy the content, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing the behind the scenes content as well. So I'm back at my gaff in Sydney. Pretty fucking tired, to be honest. A fair nudge over the last couple of days. Podcasting does take it out of you, as much as some of you guys probably think I just sit down and talk. It's a lot of active listening. It's a lot of preparation. It's a lot about worrying about if cameras are on, mics are working, people are hitting the table, you're just on all the time. So my strain on my whoop was quite high yesterday. Reflecting back, like, I am a bit rusty. I haven't done it in a while. I probably give myself a 6 out of 10. I know I can do better. I know I can facilitate better episodes. Not that these episodes aren't good. I just think that I can do better, and I always think that I can do better, and that's, I suppose, why I'm successful in many different areas, I guess. So hopefully you enjoy the episodes, or enjoyed them probably by the stage this has gone out, and hopefully you've enjoyed seeing all that goes on behind the scenes as well, and hearing my thoughts. Stay tuned for more vlogs coming, and stay tuned for more podcasts coming in the coming months.